Now it's my pleasure to introduce our next speaker, who's a good friend of mine, Ashton Tate, to share her first-hand story on how her company's partnership with Wake Tech has delivered big. Ashton?
Thank you. So, working in community engagement at Citrix, I meet and collaborate with a lot of nonprofit and business groups throughout the community. It'll be no surprise that one of my favorites is Wake Tech. We were very fortunate to partner with Wake Tech around a long series of trainings, about 3 years actually, as part of one of those incentive packages that Tom just mentioned. From the state of North Carolina, when Citrix agreed to create 337 new jobs here in Wake County. We knew that the training component was a really important aspect of the arrangement for us, but what we didn't realize was how big of a resource Wake Tech was going to be for us. Bringing in trainers can be challenging, particularly when you're growing at the rate that Citrix was growing at that time. So having someone who could be on site and really help with the technical and soft skills training for our employees was an incredibly impactful thing for us. We had leadership training and conflict resolution, strategic thinking, project management, even refreshers on Microsoft Excel, because who remembers that stuff? And basic business acumen. And where Wake Tech was really able to step in is they came in with a customized training program just for our needs. I was fortunate enough to be able to take part in the project management training and ultimately obtain my PMP certification through that training. So it was people at all levels in all departments at Citrix who were able to directly benefit from the training that Wake Tech provided. But we know it's not just Citrix, it's countless companies. Tom mentioned several of them, and many of you are in the room today. We've all benefited from the partnerships and corporate training that we have with Wake Tech. And it really does show that Wake Tech is such a critical part of the economic development conversations in our area. There are many companies, fortunately, who are interested in moving to our area, and having one of the strongest community college systems in the country located right here is a huge factor in making those decisions, especially for companies like Citrix. I'm sure Michael Haley, I believe, is in the room today, and his team at Wake County Economic Development would agree that Wake Tech isn't just their supportive element of the conversation. They are a resource that we rely on very heavily as we recruit companies and talent to our region. But it's also not just the recruitment component of it. There's the workforce development angle, and being able to continue to develop our employees and know that there's a base of workforce being developed in this area who has access to quality education that suits their schedules and their lifestyles. It's very important for continuing to grow all of our businesses. So I would absolutely recommend Wake Tech to not only businesses in our community, but to those relocating to the area. The training they're able to offer and the competitive price point at which they're able to offer it makes it a wonderful partnership. Wake County is richer for the value that Wake Tech brings. I am awake.